In stillness deep and moonlight bright, the soul reveals what hides from sight. Through dreams and tides, I come to know the truth that rises, the fears that go. I trust the dark, I trust the light. My path is clear in lunar light. The theme right now, if you haven't tuned into the first message, is Moonlit Minds and Dreamtime Signs, a lunar voyage through the inner realms. This is the theme for August 4th through the 9th, collective readings. This transmission is a gentle dive into the mystery of the moonlit mind and the symbolism of dreamtime space. You're encouraged to tune in to recalibrate your vibration, reconnect with your dream guidance, and align with your inner tides. My name is Beaumont, and this is Vibrational Guidance Over Truth, a tarot and oracle channel where we allow the vibes, sensations, and subtle whispers within the body, like chills across the skin, goosebumps, and the feelings in the gut, to help us confirm alignment and reveal what is not in alignment with each message. This is not a traditional tarot or oracle channel. I am not an astrologer, nor do I present these readings as fixed truths. Instead, I invite you to journey with me and use your intuition muscles, examining the synchronicities from the colors, images, numbers, and stated guidance on the cards. I do not reinsert cards once a reading has concluded, so the cosmic guides can reach every aspect of the collective. These readings are for entertainment purposes only. Take what resonates, leave what does not. This space is rooted in love, not performance, prediction, or perfection. Love is what has brought you here, so welcome. The decks featured are listed in the description box below. So let's get started with our second tarot reading. Spirit guides. What is the collective completing, and what does the collective need to release? What is the collective or a particular group within the collective completing, and what do they need to release? Thank you so much for the guidance. What cycle is completing, and what is being released? What cycle is completing, and what is being released? Thank you so much. What cycle is completing, and what is being released? Thank you so much. What cycle is completing, and what is being released? Okay, spirit guides have spoken, and we have our answers. And we're taking these as they came out. So what cycle is completing are these cards here. And then what must be released is right here. Let's start from the bottom to the top. First card up, we have the Emperor card. So what cycle am I completing? Emperor card says authority. Next above that, what is the collective completing? The Fool card, a fresh start. For some reason I was told to put that here. What else is completing? The Knight of Pentacles, prevail. What else is completing right now? This is facing the past and mainly in the reverse. We have revive. So something is not going to be revived. And then we have here the Two of Wands. What cycle is completing? Decisions. Okay. Next, for what is being released, we have the Empress, rebirth. And this was facing the right. And then we also have the Four of Wands, celebration. All right, spirit guides, we're going to pause, allow you to use your own intuition with the cards that are here. And let's get a new quote before we begin. Okay. And I think there's no coincidence that this one got caught in my hand. So let's take whatever you are. Laughter is the same in all languages. All right. Laughter is the same in all languages. Thank you so much, spirit guides. Okay. So let's see. we have some major synchronicities here. Of course, the Emperor and the Empress came out. I never conduct financial or relationship messages, but when those themes come up, if that's what the cards are talking about, I will discuss them. And it seems here that I note from having tuned into other tarot readers channels that that's a huge sign whenever the Emperor and the Empress come out together. So there is a ruling couple who is potentially separated right now, and we're speaking in the now always, who are not together. However, they are both present in whatever this moment of life is. And what you're being told right here in the middle is just make sure you laugh. Y'all might not speak the same language, but for wherever you are right now, do know that y'all are both here in very similar energy. And remember, you might be of the mindset of opposites attract or like attracts like. Whatever your philosophy is as it pertains to manifestation and energy work, hone in on your belief system in that. Put all your eggs in that one basket, not eggs in multiple baskets. So if you perceive right now that you are attracting your opposite, then stay in that energy of attracting your opposite to bring your energy with your divine counterpart other together. If you are of the mindset that like attracts like, then be in the energy like what you desire to come towards you. Okay, that's just a word for someone out there. But let's see here. Spirit guides, divines. I don't refer to angels, but that came up in my head. Angels, ascended masters. What, and I'm hearing the word again, divines, guides are coming out. Right now, someone is in a position of authority, whether that be authority in your home, authority in a leadership position and your place of employment. Whatever this is, someone is in their emperor energy in a place of authority. And this right now, Knight of Pentacles, is causing you to feel like you can prevail, move forward in the moonlight with your pentacle, with your resource, whether you move by night with authority or day with authority. You are prevailing in all of your circumstances. You're just hitting a yes and a yes and a yes. And some of the yeses are coming because you're in a position of leadership and authority. And some of these yeses are coming simply because this is your time for your season of yes now. Now, what does this also show is that you became the emperor from engaging in ground zero, your foolish fresh start mentality. Someone had to take a leap of faith. And as the young gentleman is doing this card, one foot is on a cliff ledge, the edge, and the other one is in open air. So taking this leap of faith, this step of faith, is very important. And even in this position of authority, you are not afraid at all of fresh starts. These fresh starts lead you to more prevailing, more accomplishments. And what you know to not do is to revive this Ace of Cups, certain exchanges, cups sometimes symbolizing love, to not engage again in how you have loved, given care for, starting anew. So let me read that again. Many of you are in particular or multiple areas in your life in a position of authority, and you are accomplishing a lot. You are successful. You are prevailing. This has come from you knowing, even as an authority figure, as an emperor, that fresh starts are constant in life. The only constant is change. But some things in life, though you're willing to take fresh starts, you know to not go back to. It is not a fresh start with every person you've broken up with. It's not a fresh start with every job that you've chosen to walk away from. And knowing that there are some things in your life that you do not revive, and there are some things in your life that you do start afresh when that chapter comes, is key in this particular season in someone's life in the collective. And this leads you to what? The Two of Wands, decisions. And that fits perfect here. You, as an authority figure, are making the decision when to make a fresh start and when not to make a fresh start, when not to revive something. You're making the decision when to just sit in your seat of power as the authority figure and when to prepare to get up on your horse, whether that be your legs as a form of movement, transportation, or your car, or a bus, or a train, or a plane. There will be times where movement is necessary and you will be ready to make that decision. Also, staying now in the present energy, either the same person or different energies for our what must be released. Someone is needing to release this rebirth. I've spoken about this before in the past on the channel, but this healing path, energy, thought process, mindset can be such a pigeonhole, such a trap, so entrapping to limit people from truly moving forward. And what the divine guides have said to the second question is, what must be released? Is this cyclical energy of always needing to be in a phase of rebirth, and I'm being reborn again. No, you've got to release that mindset of I'm always healing. There comes a place where you say, I have achieved a level of healing, and now I'm going to maintain life on this plane, enjoy the comforts I have acquired and worked hard for. And yes, this season of enjoying these comforts will come to an end, but this is my time right now to stop, to pause a rebirth, enjoy the fruits of what I have achieved and acquired and accomplished, and celebrate. What needs to be released? Celebration. Sometimes in your current season, there's so much celebration for this perceived rebirth. I've gone through a divorce, or rebirth of getting a new job, and let's go out for drinks, and let's go out and party, or let's go out and club. I don't do any of those things personally, but I'm making you aware in the collective, for those of you who do tap into those energetic things, that this is not the time for that. What you are completing is sitting in your authority seat. You are in this seat because you've taken necessary fresh starts. That fresh start does not mean redo something over again. You are in a season right now where you are completing, accomplishing success. That means with all the success, your reward, your glory comes to you, and I'm hearing from you is what I said. So maybe your glory is coming from you, and others are seeing that glow. They're seeing this revival, and they might be attracted to this new energy of you, but you know not to revive those circumstances with those people, and don't go out and celebrate with those people or with yourself. This is a time to stay seated, stay kneeling, stay in this place of I'm simply thankful and grateful for what I have achieved, for what I have conquered, for what I have accomplished. I'm thankful for this rebirth, but I let it go. I am thankful for how we are prevailing, and the yeses and the doors are open, but I'm letting go of this need to spend money, spend time, spend resources, give of my energy in environments and collective spaces with others to celebrate where I could be zapped. It's time for you to make a decision. What are the things that you should not revive? And write them down and list them out, that these are a nil, a non-negotiable, a non-starter. And then for where you are in that position of leadership over your emotional self, over your thoughts, over your finances, how are you, we're needing to, though you are in this place of being an adult, where do you need a fresh start with your emotions toward yourself or toward an other? Where do you need a fresh start in your finances? Where do you need a fresh start with your health? And take that leap of faith and do it. If it's replacing every single beverage with water, do it. If it's making sure you set a timer on your phone for an hour, and no matter what you're doing, if you're in the house, every hour at the top of it, you're going to walk for 10 minutes. If you're sitting for that other 50, on the couch or at the desk, or you're in a very, I heard, sedentary, solitary position, you're going to get up for 10 minutes and you're going to go engage with that dog, engage with that bird, engage with that cat, talk to those plants, talk to the child, talk to the spouse, talk to the relative, but go and do that fresh start. Begin that now, today, as soon as you hear that message, because this consistent fresh start in the areas where you realize that they're needed, it's going to cause you to prevail. Pentacle, we know, all means financially. It's going to come and bring dividends in. But this whole talk within the collective of rebirth and healing journey, I'm quite personally over that, though healing is, like all things in life, change is the only constant. Healing is always going to be there due to life situations. We don't need to magnetize, magnify, glorify this healing process so much, where we're so in a state of rebirth and regeneration, and always celebrating, who I just made it out of that season, who give, for those people who might be in the Christian collective but who watch tarot collectively or interestingly, are always wanting to celebrate these. I thought there was a scriptural verse that said, let not your lips praise yourself, let others praise you. So if someone sees your good works and they want to take you out to eat, if your spirit is discerning and the yeses and amens are within the signs in your body to go, make that decision, go, and let them celebrate you. But come out of this constant season of rebirth, sit on your throne, be ready as the throne holder to start afresh in your wise dominion where you need to. It leads to your pinnacles, because you know what things to not start over and what you should. Thank you so much, Collective, for tuning in. I pray that you have a great rest of your sun cycle.